Officially beyond the halfway point now. Eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achan. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A split second, all to get the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Tua off the play fake. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Start. I'm going to catch up.
Even though that run did not,
I'm going to catch up.
I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. Bouncing football. And that bounces out before anyone can make a recovery. They're going to have this one inside the 10. Trying to run it in, Achan. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. In there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Tua now from the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins finish up an excellent opening series. Sanders connects on the point after. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Khalif Raymond to return it. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. He'll cobble together a yard there. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Another run for Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Milton. He's trying to push the field. They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Throwing now from the gun. He's got Khalif Raymond. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. Now Milton to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And that makes it 2nd and goal. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards, and they're sitting on 3rd and goal now.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 4th and goal.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. This from 28 yards away. Slide's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Barrios now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running left, here's H.A. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line, thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag call. This could be interference. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here following the penalty. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Taking a deep shot here. This is caught inside the 15. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now lead by 10. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
The kick is
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins drive their lead to 11.
Jason Sanders. The kickoff
Sanders all set to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And the ball skips out of bounds. Lucky for them, no lost fumble there on the kick return.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. At the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams make it a one-score game in the first half. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Escapes the pocket. That's caught. Devon Achane. Breaks through, and he might break away. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running with Achane out of the gun. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That tackle made by Kobe Turner.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Trying for it, it's Achane. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Well, I know everybody on that offensive side of the ball appreciates that kind of effort. Got it by more than just a couple of inches. In fact, no need for a measurement on that as they move the chains.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jared Verse on the tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Dolphins leading near the break. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a chain up the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. And the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th and long. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way. You look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. To throw, Milton. Complete to Raymond. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Jukes one defender, and it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. He manages 13 on this punt return. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. That one's cut along the left sideline. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins will add to their lead at the end of the half. Tyreek Hill, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Here's Raymond on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Rams 10.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff line.
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Fits it through the middle. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing now, Milton. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's now 3rd down.
Third and long for him here. Makes the grab in bounds left side.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter. That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by A-Chain. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. A-Chain again. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Touchdown, Miami. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins push their lead to 18. Sanders all set to send it away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing from the gun here. That's a reception for Tyler Higbee. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And oh, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Milton now. Complete beyond the marker. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Milton. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Rams are set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Handoff running left, A-Chain. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being...
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They run the counter to H-Chan. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A-Chain on the inside give. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Offense up to the line fast. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss. Only 1 quarter. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, a give to A-Chain. Escapes a defender. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up here with Achan. Jukes out of one stop. And they bring him down around the 34. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. They pitch it to Achan. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 27. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Running it after the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins put up even more points in a win. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins continue piling on to this lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Connection made to Raymond. Still fighting forward. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Able to find Nakua here. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams make it an 18-point game. The Rams kicking team is ready. Then they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achan. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
The tackle made at the 34-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. A-Chain running to the right. Juke the defender. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Wow, they're going to pass it here. They left him wide open. It's complete. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
I love everything about that play, Kate, so much for a quarterback. When you throw in that crossing route, it's imperative that you lead that receiver. You don't throw where he's at, you throw where he's going. And when you do, yards after catch follow.
Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Achan. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Trying to set this up quick. Achan again on second. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Buckle up. It's third and goal. They'll run. It's Achan. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Dolphins keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Devon Achan with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Dolphins grow their lead yet again. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Raymond on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Milton back to throw. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 32. This pass caught by Nakua. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams putting up points in a game decided. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Rams make it an 18-point game. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So now it's 2nd and long. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Oh, he put some heat up. They connect on the deep shot. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins put up even more points in a win. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins continue adding on to that lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Here's Raymond on the return. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. All right, one more snap to play here. Running right, it's Williams. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31.